Yeah, oh, it's like grass. Seriously, I had someone say to me, it's like grass. It's like grass.
Whom do you normally talk to?
Just like
What kind of grass?
And I was like, excuse me? Like, really? And you know what was fascinating? Even in that conversation, what the person said to me, your hair is like grass, was, I was so mad. I was so mad. I don't even want to lie. I was really pissed off. And then,
because she looked at my hair, she's from Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. She was like, you Kenyans, you have very thick hair. It's very thick. In fact, she complained throughout braiding because she was like, oh, my fingers will start bleeding. And I'm looking at her hands and I'm like, hello, Ala Nation. I'm Kate.
And I'm Fadzi.
We are your hosts. And yeah, Fadzi, looking good as always.
So are you, lady. I'm loving the whole red vibe going. The hair is nicely out today, girl.
I'm trying to keep up with you because today you have some green going on. Mama Africa, Miriam Makeba vibes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey.
Representing Southern Africa, I can see.
Yes, strongly. For my Southern African people.
And Fadzi, what are we discussing today?
Today we are talking about hair.
Yeah.
So experiences with African hair abroad.
Yeah.
Girl.
Where do we start? It's somewhere between so expensive that I have to sell my mother to having the money and not being able to find someone to fix your hair.
Oh my God, yes. It's deep.
So mine actually starts in Germany. That's the first time I had a proper struggle with hair. So I went to this store, and I know people are wondering, Germany, okay, I had been to Germany before Sweden, just never settled there. And I saw this big bottle of L'Oreal. I had dreadlocks, so usually with dreadlocks you use Shin, you just spray your hair. And I'm like, I know this brand, we have it in Kenya. So I go home, I spray my hair, and there's this lump of white shit on my hair. Like, I was planning to fix my hair, I just destroyed it. I was like, what am I gonna do?
So it was the same thing you buy in Kenya?
No, it's the same company.
The same company? Oh my God, I've had experiences like that.
Just not product for my hair.
Exactly. Yeah. And of course it was in German and everything.
Yeah.
So
I just
you
saw L'Oreal and I was like,
okay, let's go.
The bottle looks a bit different, thinner and longer, but it's
same.
Yeah. But it taught me then, that experience taught me.
So your hair was white?
It was white and I had to wash it. But I learned.
You had to wash your locks.
Yeah. I learned my lesson. So when I was moving to Sweden, I moved with products for my hair because I didn't think that I didn't want to go back through that experience.
Yeah.
And in Sweden, luckily, Sweden is there's a lot of immigrants. But it's so expensive still to make your hair.
Wow.
And when I finally found someone who could make 5 braids, those 5. They're Ghanaian braids. I don't know what.
The thick ones.
The thick ones.
Nice.
5. Just 5.
You counted?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think it cost me 1,200 kroner. That's 120 euros.
120 euros?
Yeah, and the only thing she did was, I brought my braids. You have to blow dry. You have to make your hair. These are the conditions. If you come to my salon, make sure your hair is straight. We don't make, it's written on the wall, we don't make thick hair here. And still after I had done all that, and I hate using heat on my hair, so you can imagine me had to blow dry my hair.
Wow.
And
you still paid 120 euros?
Yeah, for her braiding me. She looked at my hair, she's from Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. She was like, you Kenyans, you have very thick hair. It's very thick. In fact, she complained throughout braiding because she was like, oh, my fingers would start bleeding. And I'm looking at her hands and I'm like, please. Censored.
She was like, Peach, please. Peach, please.
Yes.
No, but I mean, okay, wait. I need to get something. I need to understand something.
Yeah.
She does hair. That's her thing.
Yeah.
So if doing hair is your thing, then if you're abroad, you see all different,
but that's where
types of hair.
Comes in. Self-hate, even us as African, and it made me reflect a lot even throughout my childhood.
Yeah.
My hair has always been like this, and I hate combing hair.
Yeah.
But I was told that I needed to straighten my hair to reach a certain beauty of standards because
a certain level of beauty standards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they wanted me to do straight hair. This some obsession we as Africans have with straight hair, and that's why you'll always see me in afros, bantu knots, because thank you to Sweden, I got rid of all that self.
Yeah, there's something, and it's so funny that you say that. Yeah. Because what I found is that when we're in Africa, I think now, to be honest, now more African women are embracing African hair. I think it's actually a kind of movement, Afro hair.
Even Chinese people love.
But before it was all about straighten your hair because they told us that it looked neater because they said we were untidy with our own hair. Imagine that. Yeah. And I remember in school, going to school, and they would ask you to either straighten your hair or to cut your hair, but not have this in-between kind of thing going on in general. Yeah. And I know, actually we had a conversation with like me and some of my close friends about when we started going natural, how in school, the Indian students, the white students, they could come to class with their hair and the principal would be like, their hair is just like that.
Yeah.
But not translate that same thing to us and say our hair is just like that.
Yeah.
Then they'll be like, if you're going to not straighten your hair, then it has to be in braids or plaited in a particular way. Yeah. It can be untidy. So we grew up thinking our hair is a problem. That needs to be tamed, it needs something needs to happen. And it's only when I started living outside of Africa and people see you and they adore your hair. They're like, how is your hair like that? That you start thinking, actually, I have great hair. Then you start wanting to do something about it, you know. But it's a real thing.
And so your point now brings me to people being fascinated with our hair. They start touching it.
Oh my God.
It's like, is this real hair?
Is it real?
And then they pet you as a dog.
Yeah. Without asking.
Do not touch my hair.
Don't touch my hair.
Yeah.
Don't touch a black girl's hair.
It's too personal.
It's so personal. It's like I say to some friends of mine, because they always saw me. I'm a friendly person. Yeah. When I'm out in public, talk to me. Hey, what's going on? Touch my hair.
It's over.
It's over. So friends of mine who are non-African said, wow, you completely change when people come for your hair. And I say to them, it's as good as someone touching my bum. Yeah. It's as good as somebody just coming to me and just touching my bottom. Because why are you going for my hair?
Because it's a curiosity that it's like, you guys, I always feel like you talk shit about my hair, but you still want to touch it.
Exactly.
And also the comments that follow, it's gonna be like, oh, it's like wool.
Yeah, oh, it's like grass. Seriously, I had someone say to me, it's like grass. It's like grass.
Whom do you normally talk to?
Just like
what kind of grass?
And I was like, excuse me? Like, really? And you know what was fascinating, even in that conversation, what the person said to me, your hair is like grass, was, I was so mad. I was so mad. I don't even want to lie, I was really pissed off. And then, because they didn't get it, they just made an innocent comment. To them, it just felt the closest thing they could think was like, oh, crap. So when I got mad, they didn't get it. They were like, but why are you that pissed off.
Yeah.
And it was even hard to explain because then I realized
grass is. How can you compare my hair to grass? I'd punch them.
I mean, you see?
Yeah.
But that's the thing with like, there's so much about black hair that it's emotional for us. It's personal and it's emotional. Yeah. So there's just so much that goes into it.
Because that's how we bond.
Yeah.
You go to a hairstylist.
Because growing up too, the hairstylist thing is kind of new. It was, you know,
your mother,
your mom or your auntie or your older sister
elderly,
or your sister or your cousin who can do hair.
Yeah.
And you're bonding.
Exactly. And even when you're not bonding, there would be women sitting together.
Exactly.
Making your hair as a child. And you'd hear a lot of stories. You'd learn a lot.
Exactly.
A lot. And so you grow up like that as an African woman.
Yes.
You go to Europe, or rather you go to China or wherever, and you might find people who can make your hair.
Yeah.
But it's not the same.
It's not the same experience. Yeah. Products are really hard to come by.
Yeah.
The process itself, the conversation is not the same.
Yeah.
And I mean, for me, the first place I had issues with hair was China.
Yeah.
You know, in all the places I've been to, but China is where there were no other black people. In the city I was living in, literally, we were so few that for the first few months, I did not come across another black person at all.
Yeah.
Then I heard about a black girl, and she also heard about me.
Yeah.
That's how few we were.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it had been months. I'd gotten so. I'm in a small town. She heard about me.
Yeah.
And I know my hair is bad because I haven't seen anyone who can do hair, and I'm terrible at doing hair myself. And at that time, I hadn't gone natural yet. So it's like, okay, when I take this out, it's going to be the growth. If the new growth has come in, I could already see it. If you didn't even need to take it out to see that there's new growth happening.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I would do.
Yeah.
You know, and at like Chinese hair salons, I tried. They were like, they saw me, they were like, no, because they didn't know what to do with my hair.
Yeah.
So I meet this girl and she's just like, sis, we have a situation right there, you know, and we did have a situation and we laughed about it.
Yeah.
And then she told me about a lady who could do hair, and this lady was living in Guangzhou. So I would think many people have heard about Guangzhou because that's the place where...
That's where every African goes. It's the
lots
trade
of Africans,
city.
the trade city. They go there to like buy stuff for export.
Yeah.
That's in the south of China.
And you
are
are
living in the east of China.
Guys, China is so
China
big.
is big. China is very big. It's like 1,005 plus kilometers from where I lived then to go to Guangzhou.
Yeah.
Okay, so this we're talking like a 2.5 hour flight to get there. That's the place I got my hair done. I had to book a flight to go and get my hair done. So I booked this flight, and because I'm going to this place, she's gonna do hair for a long time. I also book a hotel to get my hair done. This is the first time in my life hair has like come with so much drama.
Yeah.
Instead of just, you know, driving to the salon, no. Now I'm booking flights, booking hotels to go and get my hair done. I heard about a lady called Mercy from Senegal that could do hair. And got her contact. She said come through. So this flight to Guangzhou, I'm just chancing it. It's by prayer. God, I hope this girl can really do hair. You know. And I fly there, get to my hotel, set up, go to find Mercy. And she sees me, and she's like, yes, you need me for sure. And because of the stress that surrounded this moment, I just broke down in tears and I started crying.
Wow.
And she was so kind, she was so sweet, she understood it.
You
know, because there'd been other black women who'd gone through the same experience. So she just hugged me and she said, it's okay. Sit down, made some tea for me, said, I'm going to fix it.
I'll fix the situation.
I'll fix that situation. And girl, did she fix the situation. She is so good with hair. She is so good. She really it was emotional for me. She just really took care of my hair and said, okay, this is what we need to do to damage control and all of that stuff. And now after that, that's where I was going to get my hair done. Booking flights to Guangzhou ever so often to get my hair done, you know.
Classic story of an arm and a leg for the hair.
Hair became a whole thing.
It
became a whole thing. I think on average, to be honest, it would cost me about like $1,000 plus just to the whole thing around getting the hair done.
So at what point did you?
Because I would book the flight there, book the flight back, book the hotel, and you know, depending on what the style is, you know, how many hours are we spending doing hair. So and now because I have flown to Guangzhou to get my hair done, it doesn't make sense to me to just get my hair done and come back. Now I'm like, what else can I do here? Is there something I can go see? Is there something to justify me flying over to get my hair done? No, the first few years were rough. They were really rough. Yeah, they were really rough. You know.
But now we're good.
Now we're good, and now I'm natural. Because I had a moment, a very spiritual moment. Because I've been doing the whole back and forth thing to Guangzhou, and then at some point I heard of another lady who did hair in Suzhou, which was closer to me, and I would go to her, and it was, you know, she was also great, but she used to live in Suzhou, and I think her husband lived in Beijing, so sometimes she wouldn't be around, so there was always something with me getting my hair done, going somewhere other than where I live, and I started thinking to myself, my life can't be this stressful around getting my hair done. So I just looked in the mirror one day. I taken out, you know, my braids because I had to get styles that lasted long. And sometimes I didn't want that. Sometimes I just wanted something that, you know, fun and fresh, and you're done. A few weeks later you can change, but I couldn't do that because it was too expensive. So I thought to myself, what did God intend? I literally looked in the mirror and said, God, what did you intend when you made me and made this hair? Because this life that I'm living of flying to get hair done, no, I can't keep up with it. And then I just thought, let's go natural and see what happens.
And now here you are. And here I am as well. And I've always been natural though for me, so it's not a big deal. But the thing is, I think I've said this before. Is these natural expectations of Africans to have straight hair when that's not who we are. But
it's not, and I think I'm loving the changes that I see happening with African women embracing their hair more, and we're going back to studying our hair. What was it like? What did we
exactly?
You know, what did we have before, and kind of circling back to that, and I'm enjoying that process.
I'm one of those people. Don't pull my edges. If you pull my edges, that's why I have to make my, because I have so many conditions.
Yeah, but the thing is too, like hair is so, African people don't have the same type of hair.
Yeah, that's true. Like we have. That's why even we ourselves still don't know how to take care of our hair properly, because also the manufacturers, now we ourselves are making our own products. Previously no one was making our products.
So you have your 4Cs, you have your 3Bs, the 3As, and all of that, the different types of curls that people have.
I'm the 4C,
you know,
thickety. She's a 4B.
So
the lucky ones.
It's just really, it's different. It's very different. So that whole process of studying hair, after I went natural, you know me, once I do something, I'm digging deep into it. You know, I went to the University of YouTube, and I was like, I was like, all right, how do I take care of my hair? Now I don't use heat on my hair. I know how to dry it without using heat. And depending on how I want to style it after wash day, blah blah blah. I mean, now I'm really good at taking care of my natural hair. I'm just in my braid era for the moment, just, you know, taking a little break post the lockdowns and things like that. But I became very like learned about my own hair.
Interesting. Let us know about your hair stories, guys.
Please tell us, especially those of you like in the cold countries, Northern Europe, in Canada, and they have cousins in Canada who have hair stories there for days.
Yeah.
You know?
Russia.
Yeah, in Russia and places like that.
Yeah.
What have your experiences with your hair been? It's a big topic. We'll circle back to it over and over again.
Most definitely.
You know?
Yeah.
But definitely tell us about your experiences in the comments, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
And don't forget to subscribe, follow us on Instagram and all our social media channels.
Yes. Yeah. We are Ala Nation everywhere.
Exactly. Until next time.
Until next time.
Doo-doo.
Doo-doo.